Oh my god, Callow is here? Dude, you should not be here. You're meant to be dead. Nerium is just doing a little trash dance alone in the living room, like the trash goblin that he is. So, if you're really serious, if you're really not messing with me, marry me.
Hello from the void, it's Rose. Welcome back to my channel and to the apocalypse. Last time on my Poison Garden Legacy save, our little heiress Kyrie made her first friend, which was super exciting, and then continued to have drama with her boyfriend stroke the person whose house she lives in but without him type vibes, Nerium. Anyway, they are currently having like an extended sleepover but also kind of an extended fight, and towards the end of the last episode we started seeing those like overhead baby question marks. Good chance we're about to find out that Kyrie is pregnant and have whatever comes with that. Let's go play Sims.
It is Sunday morning. It is snowing. Nerium is staying over and not helping remotely with chores, and Kyrie is really sad. I'm not sure why she's so sad, but she's sad. What can we do? I am really happy that I finally installed the mod which stops winter from making all the plants disappear underground, which is kind of unrealistic because I know vegetable plants do die back, but I always find the trees vanishing really upsetting, so there we go. Oh, and the appearance of Nerium has put Kyrie in a flirty mood. This is kind of the dilemma, right? She's really into him. She definitely has a big old crush on him. I think she definitely has gratitude towards him for showing her the big wide world away from her mum's control, but then also he just isn't really in it in the same way that she is. She's a hopeless romantic, and he's a guy who saw something rare and exotic, thought he wanted it, and doesn't actually know what he wants. I think that's the nicest thing we can say about Nerium. I could be very rude about him, but also he is doing what I intended him to do. If you can hear screaming in the background, I'm not killing anyone. My neighbour's kids are playing in the garden. Anyway, we are making some food because we're pretty hungry, and of course Nerium, being absolutely useless, is doing nothing except for trying to repeatedly weed this one plant. And oh, did you just bring a bag of trash inside and dump it on the ground? Seriously? We took you in when you were fighting with your dad, and now this is how you repay us? I mean, yes, technically you do own the property, but still, like, no, not cool. You're gonna have to do better. And we have just discovered that Nerium is non-committal, which we knew already, but Kyrie didn't and is not thrilled about, because I think in her head, oh my god, Callow is here? I mean, first of all, he's freezing to death, so winter clothes, but dude, you should not be here. You're meant to be dead to Kyrie, at least. That's an interesting plot twist. I can't believe he came and tried to find her. Well, I can actually believe that. He was always like her protective big brother, but maybe he saw like Nerium and her cuddling and was like, maybe need to investigate more. Anyway, he's gone for now, but yeah, that is not... Why are you taking your bagel in the bath? That's why you're taking your bagel in the bathroom. Okay, I think I can say increasingly confidently that Kyrie is definitely pregnant, because we are barfing and she has gone straight to bed, whilst Nerium is just doing a little trash dance alone in the living room, like the trash goblin that he is. I decided to let Kyrie sleep, but then we had another knock on the door, and we've honestly never had this many visitors in this little house, but it's lovely Bobby, our friend that we made at the pub last time. So I decided to disrupt Kyrie's nap and let her come hang out with her new friend, and oh, there's Nerium. I thought he'd left, but I guess he was just lurking in the garden, waiting for something to happen that he could sort of creepily spectate over the wall. I don't love how he's just sort of standing and watching. It's almost like he's policing Kyrie's friendship with Bobby. And honestly, maybe he is. She's been very dependent on him for as long as she's been in Henford, and now she's finally starting to like meet other people, and maybe he's not a big fan. Anyway, Kyrie would definitely want her friend and her boyfriend to be friendly with each other. I said friend too many times in that sentence, so we're going to facilitate a little introduction and hopefully they get on. Although Nerium's just started flirting with us, which, again, feels very performative. I know I'm like layering a lot of meaning onto his actions just now, but that's for two reasons. Firstly, the rules of Poison Garden actually like dictate how this relationship has to end eventually. And secondly, I'm a story person at heart. So did I use a cheat to ask Nerium to make Bobby leave because he's like, now's just not a good time for you to be here, and send her out? Yes, I did. And now, to add to the drama, I am going to have Kyrie take a pregnancy test. What does it say? As suspected, she's pregnant. Oh my god! The next generation is coming! But also this triggers the share big news auto interaction, which now we know Nerium is non-committal. That actually went better than I thought. Like, he maybe not singing from the rafters, but he generally seemed like positive about that. So that is honestly kind of surprising. Seriously? She tells you she's pregnant and you just like assault her in the face with snow? That is very uncool. And honestly, yeah, Kyrie, I would yell at him too. I guess maybe he thought she was joking and then decided to continue the pranks, but I don't know what is going on in there. Nando is dying, but I don't have time to worry about that right now. This entire relationship has gone from mildly toxic to like, what the hell is going on? Oh, there's hearts, there's a gift, it's a fart. I don't even know what to say at this stage. Like, these sims are just chaotic. That breakup option has honestly never looked so tempting, but at the same time, we've just found out we're pregnant with his child. We live in this property, we've got less than 2,000 simoleons to our name and bills are due tomorrow, and Kyrie is still in love with the idiot. So while I might want out, realistically, she's still maybe only just subconsciously realising that she might need to plan an exit. And we are gonna need to figure out how in the hell we do that. In the meantime though, for some unknown reason, I decided this was a really good time to buy a bathtub. I think maybe I forgot that bills were due the next day, and also was thinking that if we're gonna have a toddler and an infant in the house, we would need to be able to clean them. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure why, having just had that interaction, I was like, let's go spend money, but apparently that is what I did. Maybe I just wanted Kyrie to have a nice bath. No, Nerium, I didn't buy this bath for you. Just, oh my god, he's so smelly, and he just got in our brand new bathtub to have like a spa bath, and this is just, he's just not the one. Honestly, I've done too good of a job. I planned this storyline out and I asked someone to make me this sim, but it is still driving me insane having to live with him. So good job, Joe, you made a monster and I am proud of you. Anyway, we're going to try and forge forward and ask Nerium to help out around the place and see if he can at least do that. And we are going to go and make the most of our bathtub, and then we'll go hatch our chick and try and salvage the rest of the day. We've made ourselves some tasty food and we're going to try and have a nice time. And Nerium, you can do some cleaning. At least I hope you'll do some cleaning. I've asked you to do some cleaning, but at the moment all you're doing is standing around uselessly collecting dust and being a bit stinky. There's this one plant in the garden that's glitched, so it always has weeds, and people spend all of their time desperately trying to weed it and it never gets fixed. So that is fun. And I guess that one attempt was as much as he had the energy to do. Kyrie's gone outside naked in the snow to hatch a chick. The whole like nudity thing in my game is basically just like the visual lag is quite intense at the moment. You can probably see when they walk, it's quite jolty. My frame rate is just not having a nice time, but it's just about still playable, so I apologise for that, and it just means it takes outfit changes a hot second to load. Anyway, we have had enough of Sunday. We are in bed. It is Monday morning. Kyrie has woken up feeling pretty dreadful. She's actually had a pretty bad time with morning sickness. I do like how there's a fair amount of variation between like different sims. Like some of my sims haven't got sick at all, some of them have been really sick, and I feel bad that poor Kyrie is definitely suffering with it, and also her toilet is really dirty. Do you know what would be great, Nerium? If you could clean the toilet and make it nice, or instead I guess you could just sit around and eat the bagels that we cook to sell at our stall instead. Either way, Kyrie is really not having a good time this morning, and she's taken out on Nerium, which honestly I feel like is fair. He hasn't helped out at all. He is doing like gross face at her. Like, yes, she is sick, but you're really dirty, dude. And also, the toilet was never that disgusting until you moved in, so I feel like you've been leaving the seat up. I'm gonna blame this at you. And as a result of this entire interaction, Kyrie's actually decided she hates comedy, which honestly feels fair enough, because there are two methods Nerium uses to get round Kyrie being cross with him. One is flirtation, which she's not really in the mood for just now because she's really sick. And the other is jokes. Was that a joke? He just like smacked her in the face. Like, what interaction was that? I've never seen it. It was even enough to actually have Kyrie reject a flirt with Nerium. I feel like maybe she's like, look, if you won't talk about commitment with me, then why are you still here? Why are you still flirting with me? Like, what's the deal, buddy? But surprisingly, asking him about marriage actually didn't go badly. Like, we got a positive increase from it. So maybe we're just gonna go wild. Maybe let's propose. What could possibly go wrong? She's like, okay, so you say you're committed to me, you say you want to be with me, you say you want this baby, so if you're really serious, if you're really not messing with me, marry me. Oh, that was a hard no. That was a really hard no in front of the romantic background of a dirty chicken coop. I mean, I'm not surprised. I kind of expected it, but like, you can't back up rejecting someone's proposal with just like macking on them. Like, this is messy, right? Nerium's got to go. We got to get him out of the house. We're going to end this stay over for the time being to give Kyrie some time to think, because that is some irrefutable evidence that things aren't how we want them to be. I've sent her out to pay her bills, and after doing that we have 352 simoleons left, and we are still feeling pretty sick as well as really embarrassed. So we need to make some money quite quickly, because if we don't have any money, we don't have any options. Now, we haven't had a huge amount of time to make stuff to take to Henford, so it's just whatever we've got. And we've arrived there at the same time as Abra, so I figured we might as well tell him our big news, being like, by the way, I'm having your grandchild, which he seems to find hilarious. He's like, sweetie, you think I care? That child is not legitimate. I will never recognize them. Wahahaha. At least that's how I imagine he would say. Yeah, our table today isn't the most appealing. We've got 3 bagels, at least one of which is actually mouldy. We've got a couple of floral arrangements, which are not great quality, and a little bit of beeswax and honey. So I don't imagine we're going to make a lot of money today, but hopefully we can just sell some of it to try and get some money under our belt. Now, I'm really aware that the second Kyrie pops out this child, she's essentially going to be single parenting it. And it's also going to be my first infant, so it's probably going to be pretty challenging. And I can't imagine we're going to have a huge amount of time to do baking and floral arranging, which in turn means we're not going to have much time to make much money. So we really need to try and maximize our earnings in the next little while. So once we're finished with our sale, I think I might go see if I can finish up any of the Henford chores. I am just going to stock up on some ingredients, even though I don't really want to spend my money on like flour and butter, but what can you do? You got to spend money to make money, and we need to get as much baking done in the next 2 days as possible. We're also pretty low on fun, so I figured we could try and reconnect with, I think her name is Melba. We met her a little while ago, and she was the only person aside from Bobby and Henford that's really been like friendly to us. So maybe we'll take her along with us to do whatever it is we've got to do to try and get some fun up. Right, we need to catch a fish in Old New Henford's Lake. I think that's the neighbourhood we live in. Yeah, see, it's pretty much opposite our house. But you know what? I think we're going to go to this church that I built because we've never had an excuse to go there. And honestly, yeah, as I hoped, it looks kind of pretty in the snow. This is a ruined church that I built as part of the apocalypse. I imagine it would have been ruined before the apocalypse, but you know, the apocalypse really saw to it. So we got some like turned over army vehicles and stuff. And honestly, I had quite a lot of fun set dressing the world using Tool and a couple other mods to sort of move stuff about. But it looks like this is where we need to do our fishing, and oh great, we can't because it's too cold. Bum. That means probably we can't finish that errand until the end of winter, which is quite a way off, and that means we're not going to get those 200 simoleons. Yeah, that's really annoying. I mean, it's really pretty, but really annoying. It looks like there's also some like play equipment and stuff over here, which honestly is really cute. Oh, and good. The no titties bug is back. Goody. There really doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to what or how this occurs. So if anyone knows, please tell me in comments. I'd appreciate it. But I guess we're here. We can try and get our fun up a bit by entertaining ourselves with our new friend. Our bump has definitely expanded. We must have gone into our second trimester at some point, which is exciting. Should mean baby comes, I would guess, pretty early in the next episode. If you've got any name ideas, by the way, drop them in comments because I am always looking for cute names. The baby is presumably going to be green and red, so that's going to be fun to try and not make it look too crazy. I love berry sims, but green and red is not a combo I would choose. The Gen 3 colours are actually red and white, not red and green. Basically, I shot myself in the foot. What I intended was to have Kyrie's dad be like white and green and have her have like white skin and green hair. And then the next parent would have red hair, so the baby would end up with white skin from Kyrie and red hair from the other parents. But I messed up, so it's now probably going to have red skin from Nerium and white hair from Kyrie, which is going to be a look I've never tried before. So wish me luck. It's getting pretty late and Kyrie's hungry, so I'm going to send her home, I think. And her fun didn't really go up that much from hanging out with Melba, which is a little bit annoying, but hopefully at least being around someone that was like kind to her and gave her some comfort has reminded her that she deserves nice things from people and that she doesn't have to settle for whatever tidbits Nerium makes available to her. Now you might notice Kyrie's got the death of a relative sad moodlet, which we are going to try and combat by making cheesy bread, because everything is better with cheesy bread. But basically this is actually Eden's mum died, who Kyrie never knew existed, but I want to keep the moodlet because I want to imagine that she's sad because of how Nerium reacted to her pregnancy, and so I'm not cancelling the moodlet out even though she doesn't know the dead person. Instead, we're just going to put cheesy bread on it and go talk to our plants. And apparently Nerium is here somewhere because he is queuing up to chat with us. We're just going to pretend we haven't seen him. We're going to go about our day being competent, and if he wants to come interrupt, which it looks like he does, that is entirely up to him. Are you going to be nice to us this morning, or are you going to be a dick? Because your presence has made us sad again. And we're really hungry. Babe, did you not eat any of that nice bread you made? Apparently not. I feel like she's definitely giving him a lot less leeway. I don't know if it's like the negative emotion from the rejected proposal or what it is, but she's definitely not just like accepting his bad behavior so much anymore, which he's responded to by once again getting in our bathtub. Like, honestly, dude, this is not how we do. You can't just wander around our house, fight with us, and then take a bath. We're having to pay the water bill for that, possibly to Nerium or his dad, which is honestly super rude. So I'm having Kyrie go ask Nerium what his problem is. Like, you reject my proposal yesterday, you're not excited about our baby, and he's like, oh, you have to ask what the problem is? Are you surprised I should be bitter? So she's sad that she failed at friendship. She feels guilty, and then he's got like a bright red festering grudge bitter sentiment, which honestly, like, if anyone should be bitter, it should be Kyrie. Honestly, just the marker of an incredibly childish person, which isn't even one of his traits, but does suit him perfectly. He's sort of waving between being really mad at her and like really sad about the whole thing. So yeah, that's really fun for us. Kyrie's actually now feeling happy though. I'm not sure why. Oh no, she's sad again. Okay, well this is messy. So we're just gonna go bury our emotions in once again doing our daily chores. Because it is lunchtime, and having said we really needed to grind to get stuff done so that we don't starve to death and have the possibility of leaving one day, we have got distracted by Nerium and wasted basically half a day, which is not ideal. So we gotta hustle now. Let me know in comments what you think Kyrie would do about this whole situation. Would she leave without making plans? Is she gonna hang around for a bit and then leave? I feel like she's more the second half. Maybe she'll see how he reacts to the kid, but also plan an escape in the back of her mind. That's kind of what her mum taught her. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. Thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, all those good things. See you in the next video. Love you, bye.